I know, Glenn, you were doing some comparisons to our team that we had last time in the Championship, and that just a quick conversation around that has kind of thrown up a few concerns as where we are going into this season compared to last.
We haven't, as Saints fans, we haven't been in the Championship since 2010?
Yeah.
So it's a long time. The league may have changed, but if
2012,
you look,
I think
2012 was it? So if you look at the side that we had that got promoted out of this league, which is obviously what we're trying to do this season, as it stands at the moment, obviously we're not at the transfer window. We're not at the end of the transfer window. If you look at the spine of the team that got promoted, you're talking Kelvin Davis, Font, Hammond and Schneiderlin, Ricky Lambert. We're nowhere near that, in terms of the players that we've got at the moment. Obviously, we're going to play a different style of football with a totally different manager, and it's years further on. But that team had, it had a lot of grit in it, and it had a lot of know-how. It had a lot of experience, and it had players who'd been around the league, even the players you don't necessarily remember too much about, like Danny Fox, Richard Chaplow, Jack Cork. I know Jack Cork was only a youngster then, but he'd had a good ground in playing in the Championship for other clubs. So it was that, and you had a young Adam Lallana as well to add a bit of magic. Now you can argue that we've got players like that, Nathan Teller, Sam Adozie, whatever, who could turn into that sort of player, but just to me, we look quite a long way short at the moment, bearing in mind the players that we are expecting to leave. So I think there's a lot of work to do, and hopefully there are sort of deals lined up for incoming players for when Romeo Lavia or James Ward-Prowse do leave, as seems inevitable.
When there's some money in the kitty.
But yeah, when you. It's a bit doom and gloom, that, but you kind of look back at that team that did get promoted and sort of think, we're quite a long way short of that.
Who's going to score?
Most of those players play in League One as well, isn't that just incredible?
Yeah. Quite a lot of them, yeah.
The team spirit as well, wasn't there? And that winning mentality which we had last time going into the league, which we obviously
the team spirit and the winning mentality came from the League One seasons, where the first season we won enough games to get promoted, or to make the playoffs, bar the 10 points, obviously won the JPT, got promoted, and then the Championship was just a continuation of that. We've got to turn it around, obviously, because we've been losing for the best part of 3 years, and we got to turn it around. And it'll be interesting to see whether the characters we've got in the squad at the moment are capable of doing that.